Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in the game of Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be picking up where we left off last time. We had basically just had some really good exploration done deep down around floor 20. We had mapped all of 19 and we're working our way through 20. And we had also finished a big quest with the Oni not too long ago, and our dwarf is gonna have to do it next level. That's just something that's gonna be happening. And yeah, that is what's going on there. Our Oni is also going to be switching over from Warrior soon into Explorer once they reach 175. I think that's a good point to go back and get some more of the other guilds in on this. Not too long ago, we also reached infinite spells with our lovely friend, our dwarf. So, at the expense of constantly taking damage, so as long as we're careful, we're fine. That does mean that our runs are only limited by whether we get party wiped or when we want to come back, so let's make sure we have our group ordered the way we want it to. Okay, let's keep on top of that health. Even just casting our spells up did in fact incur quite a bit of damage, so we just have to keep on top of it. So we are going to take the highway down there into the depths. So first we grab this teleporter, and then we wander over to this other one. And then bam, slam, we are all the way back down here. Make sure we get some air again, and we are fine. Yeah, we could clear this area. That is an option. But believe it or not, I'd actually rather go back to exploration. I'm here for a good time, not a quick time. We gotta watch out for that group right ahead of us. That will be sporing fungi. We do not need to fight them. We are not going to try. If we come across one, we will deal with it, but until then, we're not going to initiate any fights with them. The biggest problem that they cause is they can destroy a lot of your items. They can also kill you, but I mean, that's a much lesser problem in my opinion. And bear with me, I'm going to just look at the map and see where we have to go. Yep, so we're gonna go up. Let's check this floor. We are going to... So we did the top right area of this, we have to do the whole left side. So yes. And there is a part on the left that goes up into the previous floor that we need to map out, so yes. We could go north into that area, and then to the left. Seems like a reasonable plan to me. I probably should have let him join, but I kind of didn't notice it quick enough. Take a look at the map again, just to see what we have going on. Yeah, so there's a pyramid in the middle of this floor that has its own thing going on. I remember now. That's the last place on this floor I'm gonna actually mess with, so I guess I'm not going to do that immediately. That's a multi-floor structure. It goes both up and down, so... And it has an interior. I also think that there's anti-magic squares with it, so it could be quite a bit of an annoyance thing. Or extinguish squares, I mean, the ones that clear your magic spells. Yep, we don't need to deal with teleporters, so we're just not going to. I don't want to go that far out of my way. Let's start walking through walls. Who's gonna stop us?
Cool.
Oops. Oh, that's a teleporter out here. Well, I didn't mean to hit the teleporter, but I guess at least it is a preset one. Well, that's very interesting. I didn't realize that one was preset. So I am actually going to mark that, because that's very interesting to me. It's not a teleporter I think I will use much of, but you know, it could come in handy someday. Nice to have it on the list, at least. What's going on up here? Do I want to just explore it now while we're here? I could just walk through that wall and explore backwards. Who's going to stop me? I guess I'm equal opportunity. I don't care where we're mapping as long as we're exploring new areas right now. And we might eventually reach a point where we have to stop and just level up. That is certainly true. But when that point happens, we will cross that road. What is going on here? Well, this is a way into that floor, if you were wondering. That does lead into... Also, I hadn't realized that we weren't properly mapping. Let us sort that out. Or you will have to backtrack anyway, so let's continue properly casting. Look at all those pits. We are flying, so it's not the biggest problem, but you can still fall in a pit while flying. Like it's like a dice roll. So just because you're flying, don't get too cocky about it. More hornets. Fair enough.
Cool.
This is another way down to the floor below us. I don't think they are the main way down there. They are just another way down there. Yeah, I don't actually know why I did that. Oh, we used up our magic points. Okay, that's fine. We were mapping very fast and furious. It will solve itself shortly. We do also have other characters that could theoretically cast spells as well, so we don't actually have to wait. We are almost to the top left corner. So far, so good. Bam. That's the top left. So we are at one character having enough. Let us shuffle things around a little bit. Ah, we can't cast in here. I see. Didn't actually mean to go through right away, but that's fine. Let us continue on this mapping. Oh, hey, we don't have to deal with that at all. We can just go around. We got ourselves a studded room. That's cute. We will get our stuff mapped out and then we will move on. There we go.
Cool.
This puts us about halfway down the side, so I think we're getting to the bottom of the pyramid area at least. Yeah, that's right, we probably want to map it. I'm gonna take a quick look at the shape of the map. How is it looking? Yeah, most of this floor is actually sorted other than the pyramid in the bottom left corner, so we are almost done with this floor at least. Things do get spicy, I believe, from 21 to 23 with those sporing fungi though, so we have to be on our toes on those floors. Okay, let's shuffle things around again, put ourselves back up front. Make sure everyone's on track for leveling up. Cool, and we've connected up to where we've seen. So this will be the area right below where the pyramid would be. Oh, didn't actually mean to step on that square yet.
Cool.
Okay, and now for the bottom part of this area. Where's our entrance to that naturally? Well, we were actually at it before. It's through the bottom part of this area. Oh, well, you can join, I guess. And this connects back up to where we were, more or less. What is the natural way to get into there? There might not be one. Can we just teleport into here? We sure as heck can. We are here now. I'm not sure what the natural way into this section is, but we definitely took a way into this corner. And it didn't stop us, so what can I say?
Cool.
Yeah, we don't need to lose our magic right now. Leave that alone. I think this was the lead murderer we needed to find. Now that was one nasty thief. You sure hope that she didn't have any close relatives. So yeah, I think this was the lead murderer. Oh, we found one of the rare items in the game, actually. This murdering blade is an interesting item. It's really good, too, if you can use it as your class. It's a one-handed four-swing sword with pretty high multiplier. Well, decently high multiplier. It also does critical hit, backstab, and it has a chance to behead enemies, which is an instant kill. So, it is a pretty strong weapon overall. And it's one of the best in slot options for barbarians, thieves, even ninjas for a while, maybe. Although a lot of their Tiwazas I think I would use over it. Because I like more hits versus chance to kill. So now we are entering some areas with an upper part. It doesn't seem like it has an upper part for any particular reason, but it had an upper part. So that was the corner that we haven't mapped out. There's also several ways up, it looks like, that we will map out when we get a chance to. We could probably also walk into that room, but it probably loops around from over here, to be honest. But we'll see. Maybe. I don't really want to test to see if that goes to a fixed place or not. I'm just gonna explore this manually and not worry about it. I do believe in single player I can only get one of those murdering blades as well. Are you a blatant secret door? You sure aren't. You're just a miscolored wall. Good. Look at these blatantly miscolored walls. Gross. I'll shuffle around again. We're probably going to be able to clear this corner without pinning, so that's nice. It is nice when things kind of wrap up in a neat-ish fashion. Hey, we actually haven't seen a spellcaster group in a while. I just realized that. What a treat. Let's go through this wall. Hey, it's one of these groups. Haven't seen any of these dragons in a hot minute either. I don't remember why this corner is so weird. To be honest, I don't remember. What's going on in this wall? Nothing in particular. Fantastic. There might have been secret walls that we also didn't. Like, this room doesn't seem to have a way to normally get into it, but I bet we can just go in here like this. With no way to get out normally. So some of these rooms were really not properly designed, unfortunately, on this floor. But it's fine. As you can see, we solved it. Yeah, let's get out of this corner. So the only place we have not actually explored now is that pyramid on this floor. I don't think we actually have a real reason to go there for very long, but we can at least poke our nose out there and look at it. This area one's going to be pinned very, very fast. Because, yeah, the only person that isn't pinned is actually our ogre friend. So let's at least be ready. But yeah, the pyramid actually goes several floors lower, so it is a conduit to deeper floors quickly if you want to take it that way. So we will at least walk around this and map it. I also do not actually remember where this teleporter goes. I do think it goes to a place. Where that place is, but we can at least map out most of this room. We will do the other floors at a future time, but we are actually good for now. Everyone is pinned. Let us mosey our way back. And yep, we have reached the level 161 quest like our friend did, so we will be taking that quest along as well. So for that, we are gonna actually be shuffling around the equip a little bit, because in this case, we aren't going to want the deceit on us. Because a lot of the fighting is going to be done in anti-magic zones. So it'll straight up just be largely a detriment to us. We did get a new hammer. I think it's too high level for us, so I'm not even going to stare at it immediately. Just like this murdering blade isn't actually one we can use for a very long time with any of our guilds, so I'm just gonna put that in there. But some of that axe I think was a new axe too that we hadn't seen before. So it's not that I've never seen them before, it's just on this particular, like, play of it, I have not had it. So I don't actually remember what its stats are, if it's an improvement. We'll look at that in the future. I don't think we actually had this ring either. I think it's pretty much a near cap, and it has protect on it, so it's pretty decent if you need fire resist. But yep, we're going to uncurse this. We are going to give the Mangus over, actually. The Mangus is going to be their main weapon. Because it's just an overall stronger weapon. So since they're going to have to fight alone, they might as well have the best one, right? So we'll also put on the Amulet of Warrior. We will go ahead and sell our friend off to the star. He'd never survived this journey anyway. We'll clear out the quests that we'll never finish. Bam, bam. We'll put that away. Let's take a quick look at if any new items showed up. Nothing especially new. That is fine. Let's look at those couple of weapons that we'd found. One was a mace. Hammer. We're a ways away from this, but that has a pretty high damage multiplier of 2.8. The stats on it are pretty low, though, unfortunately. That's the reason I wouldn't use it. It also only has 3 swings, which is not enough to make me want to use it. It does have a burn modifier, but that's not enough. Like, it would have to have critical strikes, it would need a few other things. So this right here is one axe. It's not the axe we did find. That would be this one. Oh, this one's not even that good. Interesting. Not good, though. The damage modifier is nice, though. Yeah, none of that was something we'd want to use, so that's not too bad. Let us get stuff sorted. So I don't think we're gonna need magic resist. What would help us, though, is, I guess, we'll make them invisible. They don't have invisibility on them. I guess we could cast Protect on ourselves. I think it's better than the base. We're also gonna need to be flying. Anything else I think would be nice? I guess it's fine. Can we cast a decently cheap brightness spell? It could be reasonably dark. Shining Lights is a little bit more expensive for this character than I would want to spend right now. All kids out of the pool. We'll pick them up on the way in. And we are gonna begin our quest. That's about as much of it as we can map anyway, so... They really gave us Goomons. Hilarious. We are probably going to have a slightly harder time than our compatriot, the giant. We're going to be probably doing less damage per hit. So we have a greater chance to get injured, but shouldn't be too bad. We took a hit. It's not too bad though. Let's heal up from that. Now they got a couple of good hits on us, huh? That's okay, we are the healer, so we are a-okay. So we are heading into the harder parts of this. So it's interesting as we actually don't... Oh, you can just join me on my quest, that's okay. I am just gonna heal up out here. So you do unfortunately have to walk back the route if you do that. Oh, we can't bring our pets? That's funny. Goodbye, pet. You could fight every group. You actually don't have to fight the second group of those because you can just walk in the teleporter and they will not stop you. They will fight you if you move though. So as long as you make your first move into a teleporter, they won't fight you. You know? Now, this is what I meant by we'd have a harder time, and then the giant is that we just take more damage because giants have a big bonus to their attack defense that we just can't match. Yeah, but a lot of these monsters are ones from floors we haven't actually reached yet. They're just normal monsters from them, like they're not like fancy monsters or anything. So this is a pretty good challenge. These guys can actually mess you up. So do be careful. We are most of the way through though. We did it. Let's pick up our friends. We did gain a level along the way. Let us gain that. We got our Girdle of Giant Strength, which we can use immediately. We are going to give the mangas back. It just is more useful in their hands as a giant. Not that we don't do fine with what we have. But we did reach our next swing, so we're totally ballin' now. We can drop this off in here for now. We can wear our giant Girdle of Strength. So we did gain a stat boost from that as well. This requires 175 and you're at 169, so you're not quite there. I'm trying to remember what is going on with these guys. So 131 for Paladin. That might have been, I think 131 is the one we were aiming for, actually. Now that I think about it. Actually, is there a reason to wait? I think we have the Dagger of Sheetal on one of our characters. I think that's better than the Dracul's Fang anyway. What level is this? Yeah, we might not have a real reason to wait, honestly. It's like if we have to use a single dagger, the Dagger of Sheetal is actually stronger. It's debatably even stronger than this massive mace, so... maybe this is the time when we go ahead and just swap off to take care of that. So yeah, let's do that actually. Let's get our sorcerer in play. We will take a bit of an AD hit on this particular character, but it shouldn't be too bad. What will be a little tragic is how much experience they're going to need for a while. I imagine that's grown a little bit from what it was at, so let's get in there and look at it. We only need to get 723,000 experience. That's gonna take no time, right? For reference, that's like 12 levels of warrior that we were doing right now, so that should only take a stream or two of solid fighting. But it's fine. It's something we would have had to do sooner or later anyway. We can slap the mason here. We can put our thing away. We are gonna have to shuffle our gear around a little bit. We're certainly going to take a pretty significant hit to our attack and defense overall, but we will sort our way through it. We're also not going to be able to wear the cloak we were wearing, so... Oh, we already had one in our pocket, huh? Yeah, we saved more than one. That's fine. Okay, well we need to figure out what our upgrades will be. So 111 Sorcerer will be our next armor, maybe. Let's see if this is actually an interim. It sure is not an interim one. Okay. There is a single shield that they could wear, and it is at a pretty decently high level, so this is not really gonna take a effect for a while. Hats, hats, hats. This is probably the best defensive hat for a while. If we get high enough level, they could wear this, which would be a little better. So this would take 122. We could also wear this eventually, which will have even more defense, but that's significantly higher as well. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Well, about that, that is also 111, so that's a ways away as well. Now, cloak is one we were looking at. I guess this is the one we might want. Perhaps, but we might stick with Cloak and Knight if it has better defense. That would be 7 and 7. That might not actually be better. Yeah, this is actually better. Okay, let's get that in our pocket. What's interesting though is we're already wearing the best of these, so there is that. The next level of this is something we could wear, so we can move this out of our pockets. Just like we could also upgrade to this, but not to that. So let's get this out of our pocket. Let's get this into our pocket. Okay, so that should have us fully equipped for the moment. Good stuff. So this right here is something we probably want to drop and get another Lemurian. I didn't think about it before, but that is a mild increase to our stats. Let's do it. Let's see what we got to. Well, we lost like 30 defense and a whole bunch of attack, but it's fine. We don't have to be the damage of the group. Like we're fine. We'll still hit enough hit things that it will level up fine. But yeah, the levels up on this will do good things for us, so there's that. Do I think it would be a problem to stick them up front? Well, I don't actually think it would be a problem for most of this. They'll take a few extra hits, but you know, we are pretty much doing okay, so they can at least get the first chance at experience for a while. So I think we made that setup work out for us. We're going to cast up and head back in. Who had a bounty? Well, might as well get the free bounty, I suppose. It's probably the same bounty, but I'll still kill it. Well, we're heading out to sea again. We are going to dive down and get into the pool and slide our way deep, deep down. Yep, bunch of guards, they can hit pretty hard, so we gotta be careful. They're also pretty hard to hit too, which is another thing, but just make sure that we get safety.
Cool.
Oh, we also didn't turn in that town guild, actually. We didn't do that. Oh, they stole some of our bells. That kind of sucks. I see some more of the sporing fungi. There's actually quite a few groups of them kicking around. But what is nice is that we did largely sort out this area, so we can go to the next floor down and start working on 21. We will certainly have to be careful though. Now the way we're going to get down is actually through that giant king's room. We're going to go down that ladder down there. There are a few ways to get there. We found like 2 or 3 of them. But that's the one I'm going to start with. No particular other reason about it, just that's the one I'm going to start with. Let's get in some initial values. So these are where the knights that we are fighting in our trial are from. They start showing up on this floor. Oh, look at that. We found a big ol' rocky area. Wonder what's going on in there. Oh, that's actually the edge of the map, now that I think about it. I know exactly what's going on there. Nothing. Hey, look at that. There's a big old water area that I don't know anything about up there. Fantastic. I can't wait till we're getting our toes wet. So I guess we'll follow this right wall down and see where this goes. Quite a few anti-magic zones so far. Big old teleporter just chilling in the middle of the room. Just a random rotator in the middle of the room. Nothing to see here. How are we shaping up? So this does connect to the bottom of that water area that we had mapped. That looked a little bit like it was a swampy area. So we are almost caught up to that corner of it. Okay, and we have caught up to it now. I guess this is a big old stud room. I think that both of these lead into the next room. I think it's the same room. Yes, sir. Oh, hello there, friend. You want to join as well? Why not? Get in my pocket. Yeah, these rooms don't always make a lot of sense. Like, is this a chair? Who knows? So interestingly enough, this leads to that really difficult room that I told you about. Right here. We do have a choice to poke our nose in there if we want to be risky, so we might. As you can see, it is very risky. We took some good damage. For the effort. So it's really like a you choose your own adventure, but they can do a lot of damage to you if you're not ready. So consider that. A lot of the damage is electrical, but I wanted to show off where it went. That does go to that little back room of that underwater place. We're also nowhere close to being ready to actually evenly fight in it. So this is a hallway. Oh, two guys. I guess we should follow it. Yep, we did. So one of us is ready to level up. Most of us are actually ready to level up. Okay, we'll cycle it around a bit then, or with that in mind. So we were at 720 for the first spot. So they've gained a little bit. It's not as much as everyone else. They have a much lower chance to hit, so that is a factor. This is also the backside of one of those pits we were at before. So this does connect to where we were at before. Yeah, let's actually go in here and map it though. Oh, hello guys. Everyone wants to be part of our party. Why not? We are pretty awesome, right? But yeah, we will be heading back to town soon. But yeah, if we can make it down through a couple more dungeon floors, we'll start having a chance to get the better spells. We'll start lighting actual spellcasters again. You may have noticed there's almost no spellcasters on these floors. So the chance to get spells is pretty much non-existent. I think undead can give you spells and dragons can give you spells, but we also haven't fought any of those. So looks like we found another studded room, of course. We are actually coming up to that pyramid room as well, even though I don't think there's actually an entrance to it on this floor. I think we'd have to come at it from above or from below. I think that there's two main entrances to it. We're not really missing out on too much. I don't think there's anything actually important going on in it. So now we've caught up to most of this floor. So what's left is this bottom area on the left. So that's where the actual normal way down to the next floor is. That doesn't go through the water area. So yeah, we are coming up to that region. Yep, and this is the bottom side of that pyramid. Yep, looks like there is actually a hallway on the left that goes up. Let's check to see how our friends are doing for EXP. So they've gained about another 20,000. Yep. Looks like we're in the right order still, and that's all that matters for this. We do have a bunch of fire-breathing giants with us, which is pretty funny.
Cool.
Wow, you got an initial hit off. That's crazy. Usually monsters never get to go first. So a really good reason to keep on casting map area on rooms is to make sure you're not walking into a room with a teleporter on the entrance. Don't ever trust it. That's just my recommendation. You never know when they're just gonna troll you. Some things it won't help you with. That's one thing it will. Hey, actually dragons? They're brown dragons though, they ain't green dragons. I don't remember what's going on there. I'm not sure if I want to explore that right now. That does seem to be a way down though. I don't remember what that has going on. Oh wow, you got a good hit off on them. Oh yikes. Well, we do have an Ard back in town that we can give them.
Cool.
Yeah, they got a solid hit off and actually drained poor Trixie. No, wrong character. At least we know that hit points come back over time, so it's not the biggest crisis. But one of our friends is now pinned, which is good. Oh, we don't want to fight these guys. They can live their best life and we can live our best life and we can just pretend that we are friends. Yeah, one of my goals on these floors is to spend as little time as I can on them, just long enough to map them. You don't want to really spend forever on floors where the boring fungi tend to live, so. The faster I map them and move on, the better I will feel about it. Hello, friends. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep going until our second character is pinned, but most of our friends are pinned now, which is fine. We're gonna go through this wall so we don't have to find another way around. Don't really need to go in that room. I know you're not flaming dragons. Why are they fronting? Let me look at the map. We'll see how that's shaping up. Yep, so this whole bottom left corner is explored except for that little part I didn't want to deal with. So I think we are going to have to go down that way anyway. I think that is the normal way down, but we are gonna go up this left side of this map and sort that out. Look at that room you can't get in normally. What a lovely room that is. We'll take a look at it. I don't think there's anything special about it. I just don't think there's a way into this room normally. Just another well thought out room. We are pretty much at the top corner now. We can work our way back. Well, there's a new ring. I don't think we've gotten a Ring of Wonder yet. I guess we don't need to fight more groups than we need to because we've already pinned. I'll just fight the ones that can give us something useful, like these guys could give us more mysticism, but the deeper you get, the less likely it is because they're more likely to give you one of the other things they can give, but they can still give you anything in their drop pool. Like, if we truly wanted more mysticism, we would go clearing out, like, floors 3 to 7. We could get, like, a whole pocket full of them without any trouble, as long as we just focus on all the spellcasters and magic users, so. I think that is nearly a full clear. Yep, everything but the pyramid is mapped other than that little corner down, so we can sort that out going forward. Let us return to town. Who had the thing? You have a thing. Our giants came with us the whole way, though. They really liked this journey. But they can live in the shop now, because they love shops. I assume so. How did you end up doing? You gained about 90,000 experience. That's not too shabby. You did unfortunately have a nasty run-in with a drainer, so we will get them what they need to fix it. You lost some strength. You lost a little bit of other stuff too, so let's go in, fix it. Bam. Bam. So that is sorted. Let's clear our inventories out. This is a new sash that we have not had. So sashes can give stats. They're just cursed. So you would have to uncurse it to switch guilds. We are going to be a warrior for a while. This one's actually more worth it than the previous ones. How much does it cost to uncurse it? About 1,000. It ain't too bad. We'll start using this one. The Sash of Sage is barely worth it, so that's why I don't ever use that one. We got another Toxic Rapier. That's cute. These might be interesting. So a Ring of Wonder gives a whole bunch of stats and really high protection. So this could be an improvement for various of our friends. This is also an item we didn't have any of, this Magician's Helm. I don't think we're close to using it, but this is another helmet that they could use. That is only for them. Did I already have some? I did actually have a couple. But that's one that will live in our future. So let's think about who needs this the most. I think it's pretty obviously going to be them if they can put it on. But they might not be able to. Let's re-examine that. Oh, they can. We got past 109 on Paladin, so let's see what that does for it. 225 and 275. We'll put one on. Yeah, so 8 more defense and 5 more attack. Totally worth it. That'll make their life a little bit easier. They are taking a little bit more damage than that. We actually got a second one though, so that's also going to go in their pocket. So we're definitely getting some equipment that we didn't have before. Bam, bam. We're at 235 and 291. We like it. We got another one. So, yep, we had a good run for rings. So who is going to want this one? Who is also wearing those? So these are mild healing items. But who's wearing something that is not just a healing item? You are wearing Dex ones, but I guess I'm not actually having you open the treasure chests, am I, anymore? Your level's a little lower. Let's actually start giving them a numerical advantage. So that's 140. We can wear this as well. At what level would that staff be better? What level was this? 153? Yeah, we're a ways away. Okay. Well, we do have a lot of good stuff going for us now. Let us get our silly little
Cool.
bounty that we'd finished. Oh, nice. We cleaned out that. We'll give one final look at the tavern. I know we looked at the beginning of the stream, but there just happens to be a random Blood of Ages sitting in here. That's cute. We actually are full up on that currently. We have plenty. None of our characters even have 10 years of age to reduce by, so it's not really been a thing we've been worried about. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. I am going to call it here, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye, all. Take care.